So I figured I'd talk for this one, especially because the last one was just it was the hangout. Oh, and there's the transition. All right, so yeah, I'm doing the summer event. Never actually talked to one of these before. What do people talk about? Probably just the game. All right. Let's get started. So, yeah, if there's any long pause periods, I don't know. I like how I'm talking like people are gonna see this. All two people who end up actually watching these. Oh dear. But anyway. There we go. Always nice to know where you're going. Not that I don't know where I'm going. But you always want to be sure. Probably not super interesting. Watch me just walk around off over to the headquarters. So, what should I talk about? So, I haven't been playing this game since launch, but that's fine. I've been playing since, what, I think it was the 2.0 update? Right around whenever they added Inazuma. Actually, slightly before that, probably. So that would be, that'd be the 2.0 update. I like it, personally. I mean, I know other people don't, but that is okay. You're free to like your own things. Quite the interesting architecture structure. I will say one of my favorite things about this so far in the time I have been playing it is the music. I really like the music. Great soundtrack. Composition for every single region, that sort of thing. It's also the fact that this was like mainly initially put forward as like a mobile release. I don't know if it was entirely a mobile release, but the fact that it was like propagated as that in the first place, and that it looks like this is insane. Like, this looks really good. Although everyone I feel like has said that before. So I'm probably gonna keep a bit more quiet during cutscenes of dialogue and whatnot, but otherwise I'll be decently vocal with exploring stuff and whatnot. I don't exactly remember what the event was, but it was the one before this, which was pretty much the same concept, which was, here's a new map thing that we've added. Go on this map, do a bunch of stuff, experience a storyline we've written. And also, like, just the collective of characters that they just, like, this might be the most interesting lineup of people they've thrown into one of these events so far. So this is probably going to be amazing, really interesting, most likely. But yeah, so let's give this a shot. Let's see what this is all about. Nope, not right into it. Sometimes with these you enter a place and it's straight into the cutscene, but I guess this isn't one of those occasions. All right.
Paimon and the Traveler. I've been waiting for you.
Whoa, looks like Jean wasn't the only one waiting for us. Klee and Kaya are here too. Oh, it's Paimon and Mr. Honorary Knight. It's been so long.
look who it is. You've caught me completely off guard this time. But then again, it's always a pleasant surprise when you two show up.
Guess we were so excited to see Jean again that we forgot to knock. I hope we didn't startle anyone. Wait a sec. You weren't talking about anything that we're not supposed to hear, were you? Showing your guide the way? Yeah, right.
It's been a while since we last met, but I can see you two haven't changed one bit. Don't worry, we weren't discussing anything confidential. In fact, we were just talking about you.
Maybe we should let the star of the story explain it in their own words.
Yeah! Let me tell it! Let me tell it! A few days ago, I was reading Todoko Tales in the solitary confinement room when all of a sudden, whoosh! A letter came flying in through the window.
Flying through the window? How does a letter fly?
Like a bird does. It was flapping its wings. It could even talk. It said, well, it was a bunch of stuff I didn't understand.
You couldn't understand? Then it must have been talking about how to avoid solitary confinement.
Kaya?
Just saying. We don't want to let a teachable moment slip by.
That's
Okay,
funny.
I know. Anyway, the letter said, "Oh, Klee, are you behaving? I see you've wound up in the solitary confinement room again." Sorry about that. Mommy is busy these days and can't take you out to play. But there's good news. I have a friend who has very kindly invited you to visit her.
So it's Alice again.
Oh, so the letter's from Alice.
In principle, yes. But the issue is that Alice's friend lives quite far from here.
The letter says that Mom's friend lives in Sumeru.
The Knights of Favonius could never agree to send Klee off to Sumeru on her own. But Klee is rather intent on taking Alice's friend up on this invitation.
Yeah, I really want to go.
You see? So we were wondering, who can we send with her on the journey? Preferably someone who's a reliable hero and with a history of saving Mondstadt.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to see us.
I do apologize, but Klee gets along with you so well. We couldn't think of a more suitable choice.
Sure, we can do that, no problem, right?
Can you really, Mr. Honorary Knight? Yay! With Mr. Honorary Knight around, Klee's not afraid of anything.
See, I told you that he'd agree. In that case, we'll leave Klee in the trusty hands of the Traveler.
And you too, Kaya. You should join them. I noticed you quietly completed that backlog of paperwork we had. You deserve the chance to unwind a little.
Oh, so you noticed. Well then, I suppose I have no reason to refuse.
Great! Things will go even more smoothly with Kaya around. Still, Sumeru is pretty far. It's gonna be a long journey.
Don't worry. Mom's letter had a magic invite inside. Mom says we just have to all shout out where we want to go at the same time. And poof! We'll be there in the blink of an eye.
Wow! Well, that'll definitely make things easier.
It only works 3 times, though, so we should only use it when we really need to.
3's plenty. One for the way there, one for the way back, and one extra, just for good measure.
Sounds very mysterious. I still think we should use it sparingly. After all, we don't know the exact location of where we'll be headed, or what dangers we may encounter on the way. Here's what I suggest. Traveler, you're well connected. I'm sure you must have friends who are familiar with Sumeru. I say we start by teleporting to one of them. It'll give us a chance to test out the magic invite, and also find ourselves a local guide.
That kinda makes sense. And since it has 3 uses, there's no point letting one of them go to waste.
Couldn't have put it better myself, Paimon. So, do you have a particular contact in mind?
Well, we need someone who's familiar with Sumeru and can be our guide. So, sounds like we need a forest ranger. And everyone knows that the best place to go looking for a forest ranger is a little place called... That's the one. Maybe we can get Tainari to help us.
All right. Gandharvaville it is.
Okay, I'm happy wherever we go, especially with Kaya and Mr. Honorary Knight.
We should be on our way then. If you'll excuse us, Acting Grandmaster.
Yes, let the wind lead. I wish you a safe journey. And Klee,
I know. I'll be careful, I promise.
Great. Okay, here goes nothing. Take us to Gandharvaville.
Gandharvaville.
Grand Arbor Hill!
Huh? No, it's not a hill.
Well, that ain't good.
We made it. Paimon was sure we were about to end up someplace super weird.
Klee really almost just pulled a Harry Potter in the second movie.
Sorry, it was an accident.
It's okay, Klee. Good news is this magic invite really does work.
Fascinating. One moment we're in Mondstadt, the next we're in Sumeru.
I'd like to just point out for a brief moment, Jean, the workaholic, commenting on someone else doing too much work. Kind of a throwaway comment. Anyway.
So this is where Mom's friend lives? Wow! There are so many big flowers! Oh, and jumpy mushrooms!
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Sumeru's full of strange stuff like this. Like, Oh, yeah. Paimon was pretty creeped out the first time we saw one of those.
Listen carefully, Klee. Those jumping mushrooms are called fungi. They may look cute, but if you get too close to one, it'll try to hit you with its cap.
Really? Okay, well, I'll hit it back with my cap. And then I'll hit it with the hood on my jacket, too. I'll definitely win if it's 2 hats against 1.
As long as playing with hats doesn't escalate to playing with bombs. But Klee's our friend, so we should be able to convince her to keep this trip explosion-free. Right?
Uh-huh. I'll be extra careful not to blow anything up. I'll try my best.
Aw, that's very good of you, Klee. You're being very grown up today.
Yep, I'm super grown up. I'm already the Spark Knight.
Okay, Spark Knight. Well, keep up the good work, because very soon we'll be introducing you to a friend of ours called Tainari in Gandharvaville.
All right. Trees. This was an interesting experience, actually, when they added in the 4th region, because I wasn't quite sure what I was expecting when they released Sumeru, but, I mean, I'm not disappointed, and I really haven't been disappointed. And on the subject earlier, apparently the person who...
Look, it's Koei! Huh? And is that Yula with her? What's she doing in Gandharvaville?
Apparently the composer for Genshin's soundtrack had a very interesting method of composing the soundtrack for Sumeru. I'm not sure how much of Sumeru's soundtrack this applies to, but the composer apparently somehow implemented aspects of the Fibonacci sequence into creating the music. Or at least I've heard that. Anyway. I mean, if that's true, then that's absolutely insane. Anyways. Very weird seeing these two together on screen at the same time. Although then again, that was kind of the point of the last event that had Alice in it. They like Alice in their events recently. I don't know why. They've been doing a lot of it. It was the one before this one, or the major one before this one. Was it?
Surely that little girl must be leaving soon.
Okay then.
I've definitely heard the other forest rangers mention somebody dressed like that before.
I see. Then it looks like my suspicions are correct. Hmm? Who do we have here?
Traveler and Paimon! Huh? Oh, Kaya and Klee are here too! Hi, Kale! It's been ages!
It's been one event, but okay.
Kale, Yua! What are you two doing here?
Well, actually a couple of events, but anyway.
Well, that question's really more for Yula.
What a coincidence. I didn't expect to run into a fellow Favonian captain this far from Mondstadt. How's the vacation going?
Seriously? Bring the whole crew, why don't you?
Is it just Paimon, or does Yula not look particularly thrilled right now?
Oh, cool! Great idea! Let's go!
If you're trying to accommodate me, there must be some misunderstanding. I'm fine. There's nothing embarrassing about running into colleagues in the wild.
Uh-huh.
But earlier you were...
Great. Well, I'm sure there's a fascinating reason behind why you're all the way out here in Sumeru. Do share it with us.
The sass that emanates from this man.
If you must know, it's a little complicated. But simply put, I'm searching for a cousin of mine from the Lawrence clan.
Oh.
He went missing recently, and after searching his home, we found evidence that led us here. He appears to believe that somewhere in Sumeru lies the key to restoring our clan to its former glory.
But they tried this already.
He came all the way to Sumeru for that? What was he going to do? Enroll at the academia?
I doubt he came here to learn. He's much too old to start getting a basic education now. And from what I know of him, I doubt he has any interest in intellectual pursuits. All he cares about is restoring his clan's honor. Nothing wrong with that idea in principle, but I'm not certain how fanatical he is about it. So, there's no knowing what lengths he might go to. As a knight and a member of the Lawrence clan, it's my duty to make sure he doesn't bring harm to others.
I'd also like to mention at this point that I've done pretty much all of the character story quests up until now, so... if you're... Again, talking like people are going to see this. If you're wondering, yes, I am caught up pretty much with all of the story and character events up until this point, so this is just... Yeah, this is just the current, the thing. This is where I'm at in the story at the moment.
Oh-ho. If this is true, then your cousin is quite a man of action. Traveling alone to Sumeru from Mondstadt is no mean feat.
Except, of course, whenever they release Fontaine, which actually isn't that far away. I think it's only about a week off. Wild.
Nor is daring to make me personally concerned about his safety. He has no idea what's coming to him.
You know, underneath it all, Paimon thinks Yula's a really caring person.
Yeah, she's the best! She brought me some moon pie last time.
He is family, after all. Anyway, I will make sure to find him and escort him safely back to Mondstadt. Now, back to you. How and why did you all suddenly show up here?
I'm afraid that could be tricky. Master Tighnari is still at Partis the Eye delivering his lectures. He isn't due back for a while, but I think I'll be able to help out. The description in the invitation letter is vague, but I'm pretty sure it's hinting at somewhere in the desert.
The desert?
Does that mean Mom's friend is from the desert? I guess I'll call her Auntie Desert for now. I remember Mahamatra Sino once told me a strange rumor about that part of the desert. They say There's a secret domain there that can make all of your wishes come true. Wait. He said I should just call him Sino. I keep forgetting that.
Huh. A domain that makes people's wishes come true.
Wow. So is it true? Does it really exist?
I probably would have believed it a few years ago. But now that I'm a little older and wiser, I think it makes sense to be more skeptical about things like this.
This explains a lot. The domain could well be a myth, but he probably figured he had nothing to lose. If you intend to search for this place, then please allow me to join you. My cousin has quite a collection of books about Sumeru desert mythology on his shelves. I highly suspect that he, too, is looking for that domain.
Can I come too? I think you might need me there. You'll definitely need a local guide while you're in Sumeru. And I think I have what it takes to be that person. Plus, it's a forest ranger's duty to bravely lend a helping hand to others in need.
We have every confidence in your abilities, Kale. Our party grows bigger and stronger still. What say you to this, Captain Klee?
I think it's super cool! I read in a storybook that on your own you can only have a drop of happiness, but in a group you have a whole ocean. So I'm sure Mom's friend will be super happy if I show up to visit and bring a whole bunch of friends with me.
That's the spirit. In that case, let's get the magic invite to take us there.
3 uses, Paimon. New map in the desert.
Whoa! This desert is huge!
It is pretty much half of Sumeru's entire map size.
Wow, what an incredible sight!
Yes. The scenery is quite magnificent.
Are you okay, Eula? You don't look so good.
I'm fine. Just taking a moment to acclimatize. The air here is much drier than in Mondstadt. This area doesn't look very habitable, and I don't see a domain entrance nearby either.
Oh no. I didn't pronounce the destination wrong. Did I? I mean, I don't think I did. Nope, you got it right. It definitely wasn't your fault. I said Gundharvaville wrong earlier, but we still ended up in the right place.
Klee's right. We're in the right place. There's no doubt about that.
Phew.
Maybe the entrance is hidden under a sand dune.
Who knows? We'll just have to start by looking around.
Oh, I'm so tired and so thirsty.
We should have found something by now. Unless there's a problem with the magic invite.
Huh? How could that happen? Uh-oh. Did I break it by accident? But I didn't do anything. Todoko will back me up. I'm innocent. It's definitely not your fault, Klee. See? Not even a wrinkle on it. Does Mr. Honorary Knight have an idea?
Ah, Paimon knows where you're going with this.
Interesting approach.
Huh?
Assuming we're right about this magic invite, that is to say, if it was sent from within the domain, the invite likely has some sort of connection to it.
Oh, I get it now. Plus, I know a super special trick we can use.
What kind of trick? Can you teach it to us too?
Of course! Mom said that if I ever need help, I just need to shout this out loud. Magic invite, Klee needs your aid. Do something now, so Klee's not afraid.
Look, something flew over.
It looks like a bottle.
Brilliant deduction, Eula.
Remarkably effective. That's one trick I'll be keeping up my sleeve in the future. You should make a note of it too, Eula.
Absolutely not. It's not my style.
I suppose bottles are pretty common in Sumeru mythology. So, is this supposed to be the entrance to the domain?
Yeah, so it's like a serenity. It's like a serenity pot situation.
A domain? In a bottle? Huh. Well, if there's one thing we learned in Liyue, it's never judge a domain by its cover.
It's bigger on the inside.
Guess there's one way to find out if this really is the way in. Come on, reach out with your hand. We made it! Oh, that answers that question.
There's a path! I'm gonna take a look!
Hey, don't run off and leave us all behind.
Huh. So there is an entire world inside of a bottle. No, I just mentioned the teapot, but still.
Look! Look! There's a huge garden here!
Incredible. It looked so small from the outside. Everyone, I suggest that we stop here for a moment. We should take stock of our surroundings before deciding on our next course of action.
Since we're in a bottle, has anyone heard the story of the magic bottle?
Oh, you mean the one about King Destret and the genie in a bottle? I've read it before, but I struggled with some of the vocabulary. What's the story about, Kaya? Mom told me a story once about a group of adventurers who went to Bottle Land. But I don't think there was a magic bottle in that one.
Don't worry, Klee. I can tell you all about the story of the magic bottle. But if you keep running off on your own, you'll miss all the good parts.
Oh. Okay, I got it. I'll stay with the group from now on.
You sense it too, don't you, Kale? Something's not quite right.
Yeah, the scenery here is beautiful, but it's too quiet. And there's no sign of Klee's Auntie Desert here anywhere. Maybe Auntie Desert lives way further down inside. This place is super big, just like Fischl's Immer Nachtreich. We still have a long way to go.
You can pronounce that, but you can't pronounce Gandharvaville. You know what? It's fine.
Guess we won't know until we get there. Let's keep going. Hopefully we'll meet her soon.
I will say one thing I've never liked about this game, and also some of the stuff that happens, is that text boxes just pop up randomly with important dialogue. And if you're already moving ahead, you can accidentally skip them or phase them out, which, you know, is kind of detrimental to your experience if you're sort of just you're just bouncing on ahead and you keep having the problem of the text boxes not loading in. Arrow challenge? An arrow challenge? Should I just switch the party setup now and then not worry about it later? No, it's fine. There's a story aspect we're doing here. What's the whole map look like? Holy mackerel! Oh, it's actually like a full-on story map going on here. This is quite the space we found ourselves in. All right, this should be interesting. What the heck is that? Good tree, the circle is this thing. Hang on.
I'll protect them. Look alive!
Hello, locals.
It looks like no one set foot on this road for quite some time.
I agree. And the further we get, the more I feel like this place is a whole lot bigger than we imagined.
Hey, there's something strange up ahead. Let's check it out.
One of those balloon thingies. Probably a currency for the event.
A reward on the road.
Alrighty. Okay, this is pretty much exactly like the other event, which was mentioned just now with talking about official. There's only one aspect of that area, though. Genuinely don't really remember that much about what happened. Apart from evil doppelganger official.
Propagate!
Some guy.
Emerge. Right now.
I don't have the music low in the background, but the battle is very good. I wasn't super big on it initially, but I actually did. Can I play the game? No, you cannot.
A reward on the road.
Another chest.
Let's dance.
That passive healing going. Just as the background.
Wow. It's a big ball of water.
I wonder what it feels like. Can I touch it?
It's so big that we could probably pass straight through it. That's so scary. Stop giving Paimon the heebie-jeebies.
What the actual hell was that face just now?
Let's not touch it for now. We still don't know enough about our environment.
But we can't just do nothing at all because then nothing at all will happen.
Yes, and the floor is made of floor paimon. I know the community hates Paimon a lot, but you know what? It's not that bad, honestly. Also, I can't really... Also, it's really hard to tell at this point, like, listening to early Paimon and then current Paimon, which one is worse. But at this point, I don't care anymore.
I have a feeling that this could be the core that sustains this entire bottle domain. In which case, the moment we touch it, this place will instantly revert to its original size, with all of us still inside.
Well, that sounds bad.
Yikes.
Okay. Paimon won't touch it. Jeez.
Yes, Paimon, being turned into spam would not be ideal.
Kaya, are we really gonna get squished inside a bottle?
Of course not, Klee. I'm sure the real core of this domain is hidden away in a very safe place. Somewhere like... over there, for example.
I was so nervous that I didn't notice that big wheel at all.
Wait, who goes there?
Bubble?
It's the water ball monster! Ah! The water ball monster is real!
The 1B! Anyway.
It doesn't seem hostile. In fact, don't you think it looks happy to see us?
It's greeting us.
Really? You sure it's not gonna gobble up Paimon whole?
I don't think it's hungry. Are you, water droplet?
Oh dear. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm not understanding a word of this.
Wait! Don't go! Wait for us!
Droplet really said, "You guys are lame, I'm out of here." No, it's just moving on ahead.
Why'd it stop? Maybe it can understand us after all. Oh, I get it now. It's leading the way for us, just like the cats in Mondstadt. Like the cats? How so?
When you're walking around in Mondstadt City, sometimes a cat will show up on the side of the road. It'll walk ahead of you for a while, and if you're curious enough to follow it, you'll soon find yourself in front of a fine establishment called Exactly. So let's see where this water droplet takes us. It could be interesting.
Yeah, but as I was saying earlier, playing enough of this game can get you desensitized to a Paimon. I'm not saying you have to like it, but you can get desensitized to it. Stone and pebble.
It went this way, right? Oh, hope we haven't lost it. Did the water droplet go into that cave?
It's standing in front of the cave. Into the cave. It's still here. Here, water droplet.
Huh? Another strange contraption. And there's a weird-looking wall over there.
This kind of looks like that ball of water we saw earlier. Did the water droplet bring us here because it wants our help with something? What? Your friend is trapped in the wall?
Klee speaks water droplet?
Don't be sad, water droplet. We're here now. We'll save your friend.
You bet. But how are we gonna save them? Do we have to break down this wall somehow?
I think we can break through that wall.
Nope, we can't do that. No breaking the wall.
Never mind what I just said.
Do we need to find a key of some sort then?
Oh no! Where'd it go?
Look, the device has lit up. And it's projecting images onto the wall.
It's a puzzle.
A two-dimensional space with objects of the same composition as the device nested inside.
Yep, what Kaya said, and that's where its friend is.
But how exactly do we enter the image on the wall?
Maybe we just copy what the water droplet did?
But what does that mean?
Hold on, I think Klee's onto something. Since the water droplet appears to be the key that activated the mechanism, we may be able to follow it inside simply by touching the device. The principle is no different than how we entered this bottle domain.
Fair enough. Okay, deep breath, then head in.
Okay. Get close and activate the streaming projector to enter the preprint on the wall. There. Within the preprints, you can interact with objects or operate key mechanisms, solve the key puzzles and reach your destination, or complete the corresponding exploration objectives. Are we seriously about to play this game in 2D? Oh, this is going to be weird. Changing some objects outside the preprints can affect the environments within those preprints. You can leave it at any time during your exploration. These changes you cause in the environment will not be affected. I cannot speak. We are actually about to play this game in 2D.
Aha! The box on the wall moved too!
Okay. Oh
Whoa!
my
Really entered the
goodness.
wall!
That's the most jank-looking thing I've ever seen. Look, man, I'm in a painting. Alright, I need to stop that or I'm gonna get way too amused by it.
Wow, another water droplet just came out from the wall!
Based on the cube. This makes me feel like I'm playing a Flash game. This takes me back like at least 7 years where I'm like playing a Flash game on a computer somewhere. This is weird.
It was flat as a pancake in there, but as soon as it came out, it turned all plump and round.
We are navigating 3D and 2D spaces.
Guess it makes sense that the water droplet's friend is also a water droplet.
Well, they do tend to hang out together.
Aww, and they both do the same thing to show they're happy.
You know, like with rain, and other bodies of water, lakes, oceans, so on.
Water droplet number 2 ran off!
It's saying thank you, Mr. Honorary Knight. That was a huge help.
Traveler, how do you feel after entering that two-dimensional space? Any physical side effects?
No, but my brain's gonna hurt after this.
You sure seem fine to Paimon.
Well, I'm just glad that you're okay.
Good thing you is here to look out for everyone. Can't say the same for you, though, Kaya. You were pretty quick to send the traveler inside.
Hey now, I only suggested that because I was confident that the traveler would be fine.
Water Droplet, is there anyone else here besides you and your friend? Yep, you know, anyone who looks like me or my friends.
Oh, it ran off again. Hopefully this is a good sign.
It looks like we're following it.
Amazing. Come on, let's follow it.
I just said that. I just want to check something really quick. Don't mind me. Not that. Yeah. Yeah, but that's already happened. Alright, never mind. I'm confused. Also over here, or is it just, no, just party boxes and invitations. Strange colored baubles. There's a water droplet surrounded by fungi. And also one of those things. I know there's a story to do here, but at the same time, it's like, there's so many things to get distracted by.
Scatter!
Emerge, right now.
We will have to. Cool. So if you free a water, you unlock. Oh, okay. It's just another way to go.
I'll keep this close.
That works. Hold on a second. All right. Sorry about that. Just had to do something on the background there. Ooh, Lotus. I wonder if we're gonna have a bunch of these here. Pretty good for collecting them. Because some of the characters I have need them. This also just as an idea of where I'm at when it comes to the characters that I have. Not that that matters a ton, but I'll throw that out there anyway in case anyone's interested. I think I'm only missing 1 4-star, and there are plenty of 5 stars I don't have, but that's kind of the nature of things when you're a free-to-play account. You don't really have the resources to try and pull for every single 5-star that comes along. You have to be a lot more selective about it.
It looks like there might be a town up ahead. Huh. Maybe more people live in this domain than we thought.
This
And
music.
maybe that's where Auntie Desert lives.
All the things I was expecting to hear, jazz was not one of them. A surprise, but a welcome surprise to be sure. That works well for me. All right. What else do we got going on here? Cutscene.
The situation is now critical. Our window of opportunity to fix this is rapidly closing. I'm sure you've noticed just how much things have deteriorated in recent days.
But even so...
This is your home. Are you really going to let everything
Oh,
fall to
hey.
pieces?
Well, I live here, but it doesn't actually belong to me.
It's the Cocoa Fish,
Huh? Paimon knows that voice.
as the community likes to refer to her, I think. Not that I would know.
Anyone else who comes into this domain in the future will take one look at the ruins before them and conclude that this place was abandoned years ago. But just imagine how different things could be if you maintain this domain in perfect condition. Whoever sets foot inside would witness a magical wonderland.
Like the wardrobe from Narnia.
How miraculous it would feel to them to find such unimaginable beauty in the middle of a lifeless desert.
Oh, you're right, General. Truly, but...
Act now while you still can. You have to stand up to this and break free from your despair.
I like the check mark.
The most important thing is to have no regrets in the end.
Even the game's not really sure why she's here.
Well, no one chooses to have regrets, do they? But I take your point. I'll try my best to stop running away.
That'd be good. Actually, why am I saying that? We don't even know who this person is or what she's doing here.
But the question remains of where to begin.
Paimon's figured out who it is.
Is it Mr. Honorary Knight's friend from a faraway land?
Yes. She's from Edo era Japan. I mean Inazuma.
A divine priestess? What's that? Is it a kind of mage?
She does use a catalyst.
What are you doing here? Huh? We have new visitors? Greetings, everyone. This is the Valurium Mirage, and I'm the caretaker, Adia. I'm so sorry that you have to see this domain in its current state of disarray. We are actively working on repairs, and everything will be back to normal shortly. I hope.
Greetings, everyone. I guess I should introduce myself too.
It's all right. Just leave the introductions to me.
I kinda wanted to say hello in my own way. But no harm done. I guess I'll let her do the honors.
This lady is a visitor to the domain, just like yourselves. She is a formidable military general. Have any of you heard of Inazuma's Onmyo Chamber?
Rings a bell. Rings a bell.
The, what chamber?
Onmyo Chamber. It's an elite training academy for gifted students of Onmyodo. Practitioners are divided into 4 classes, A through D, and assigned the power of Shikigami based on their mastery of the art.
Wait.
This lady famously led the Class D underdogs to victory against the Class A favorites in the final mock campaign before graduation. An astonishing feat that few in the history of the Academy have ever achieved. Hence, formidable general is no exaggeration. Isn't that right, General? What's wrong?
She doesn't really like being introduced like this.
Huh? Wait, so the favorites were beaten by the classy underdogs? Paimon's not completely following.
Wacky background accordion beat.
That doesn't sound like the divine priestess Mr. Honorary Knight was talking about.
Uh-oh. Did she just get caught lying in front of someone she was trying to impress? Or maybe she uses a different identity in her private life, and this is the first time her friends are learning about it. Seems kind of embarrassing, but also kind of cool. I guess having someone else to introduce you is a good way to make an impression.
If they're good at introducing you.
Maybe I'd fit in better with everyone if I had a title too.
Some people call me a general, but it's just their way of showing respect. My actual name is Sangonomiya Kokomi.
Huh?
Oh no. Sorry, my mistake, General. I mean, Miss Sangonomiya.
Call me whatever you like, Idia. The only important thing about names is knowing who's who.
Oh, I get it now. It's like that story that Mom told me that time. Klee can explain. So basically, in the story, a big group of people go on an adventure to Bottleland. One of them's called the King, and some of them are called Knights. So, Miss Sangonomiya must be the super smart one who solves all the problems in the story. What's that one called again?
The strategist.
Perhaps a sage?
Indeed. Wisdom is an important attribute found in military generals.
That too.
Okay, well, I'll just call you that. Miss General it is.
Fine by me. Sounds really cute, coming from you. At least, cuter than my pen name, that's for sure.
I feel like I should remember this, but I don't.
Well then, how should I address the rest of you? How could I ever forget you? But what about these esteemed ladies and gentlemen accompanying you? I'd be delighted if you could introduce me to them too.
Wait, Klee wants a title too. Okay, got it. Klee wants to be a mage, the kind that flies around everywhere. Da-da-da! Whoosh! Kaya can be the master thief. Mr. Honorary Knight can be, the knight. And Paimon will be the fairy who follows the knight everywhere.
Master Thief, huh? I did like playing pirates as a child, so I suppose this is an apt role for me. And I must admit, the master part is a nice touch.
Hold on a second. Are you saying the position of knight is now filled?
Yula can be the sword master who can cut through anything and also gets to wear a super sparkly cape.
That's more like it.
And Kale can be, the healer.
No, I don't mind. Healer is a great role. I just don't know if I'm qualified to be one.
Actually, Traveler, we're gonna have to wait a story arc before you become the healer. That'll be the next one.
Whenever I'm thinking of titles for myself, I usually imagine myself as an adventurer or musician. I never thought I could be a healer. I mean, it feels like it should be Master Tainari's role, if anyone's.
Don't worry, Kale. You'll be the bestest healer ever. You don't talk much, but you're very kind, just like the healers in Mom's stories.
You'll do fine. I heard you're good with bandages. You can patch up a wound, can't you?
I can pitch a tent. Maybe you heard wrong? But I'll do my best. It's my first day filling in for Master Tainari, but hopefully it's the first of many.
This is a great idea. Once a new visitor arrives, they can assume a new identity, then add in some role-playing. Oh, we can't leave you out, Miss Adia. There are lots of characters in Mom's stories, but you don't remind me of any of them. That's perfectly okay. I already have a role here anyway, remember? I'm the caretaker. I got it! This wasn't in any of the stories, but you can be the mascot. Mascot?
Klee, maybe you could think up an even better role for Miss Adia.
A mascot, you say? Isn't that a character that doesn't have to actually do anything and sits around letting everyone else do all the important work? Incredible. You've seen right through me.
Sounds like the idea of being lazy is pretty exciting to her. The mascot serves to maintain troop morale, Idia. Don't underestimate your role.
Ah, all right. I'll be the mascot then. That's right. Thank you for bringing these new friends here safely. You can go off and play now. Thanks, Water Droplet. See ya. Water droplet? Is that your pet name for it? I suppose it's as accurate a nickname as any.
We keep getting sidetracked. But I believe you were saying something about being in a difficult predicament. Is something wrong with the Veluria Mirage?
Oh, yes, about that. I'm afraid the entire domain has recently sustained some significant damage. It was as if the whole world was suddenly flipped upside down. A few components went missing from the core, which sustains the domain, and the impact cascaded out from there. Needless to say, many things in the Veluria Mirage have now stopped working.
And I take it that it's up to us to fix it.
Just days after I agreed to let my friend's daughter come and visit too. When she gets here and sees the state this place is in...
Oh, so you're Mom's friend? Hi, Auntie Desert. I'm Klee. Here, I brought the magic invite, see?
Huh? Wait, so you're...
Look how dilated her pupils are. She must be very surprised.
Yeah, and not in a good way. Mom's the one who sent me here. She's the strongest mage ever. She said that her friend lives in the desert. You live in the desert, so that must be you. Right, Auntie Desert?
A bottle in the desert, but yes.
Ah, I see. So being a mage runs in the family.
You're Alice's daughter! Oh, I just want the ground to swallow me up right now! Wait, that's it! I'll hide myself away in the core of the domain! Hide there until this all blows over! See you all in 100 years!
Idia's really going through it. She's like a shriveled little forest fungus, hanging its head in shame.
Panic.
Kale? That's a harsh analogy. Where'd all that come from?
Don't worry, Auntie Desert. Klee's here to help you. And all my friends will help too. Just take a deep breath, and then another deep breath, and all your worries will fly away.
I do like the difference between a couple of the lines. There's the line for the person who's more interested in, yes, I am in character, and then there's the line for the person who's, far more straightforward with the way they say something.
Yeah, don't you worry. Sir Fix-a-Lot over here has a good track record with this kind of thing.
Well, I'm useless, but it looks like that won't matter with all you capable people around. Fantastic.
Don't put yourself down, Adia. You're great too.
Thanks for your encouragement. Anyway, for the time being, please talk amongst yourselves. That'll give me some time to think things through and maybe make a start on, delegating.
What is this, Congress? Dumb joke, I know. Alright, before we get around to talking to people, there are waypoints here, which I imagine are going to be helpful. Not I imagine are going to be helpful, but kind of the thing that makes this game, quicker. Unless you happen to be... I saw a thing about an account one time of someone who doesn't have, or at the very least, has barely any waypoints unlocked. Apart from the statues of the Seven, in order to see the environment, so they must literally walk everywhere. Which I have done. I've tried doing that a couple of times, and it's it's nice, but I wouldn't keep doing it. Well, that's an ominous prompt. Something's off. Oh. Something's off, and it's just the barrel turns into a water drop that just hands me a radish. Yeah, and I'm just confused. Now I am thoroughly confused. Wait, there's a time center thing here. Really should just get on with the story and then leave the gameplay elements until after the fact. Alright, who's kicking around here? Well, people we just saw, but who else is kicking around here? Let's start over here.
Hi, Miss General. Mr. Honorary Knight says that you're from Watatsumi Island. What's it like there?
be loads of fish, right?
Please, no.
Wait! You look kinda like a mermaid. Are there fish in your family?
Oh, sorry to disappoint you, Miss Mage, but I'm just an ordinary human. I have lots of great stories about Watatsumi Island, though. Come on, let's enjoy the scenery while I tell you all about it.
Klee cannot go to Watatsumi Island. There will be endless fish blasting. That's one point of dialogue. Alright, next.
Feeling nervous, Kale? Well, it's your first time as a guide, after all.
Oh no, not at all. I'm just, still settling into the role. So I was thinking about how to talk more like Master Tainari.
Well, the easiest way to imitate someone is to start with their most common turns of phrase.
Oh, okay. In that case, put that mushroom down. Now, it's highly poisonous.
There you go. With just a few simple words, you've captured your master's personality perfectly.
I don't know about perfectly, but that was pretty good.
Anyway, what about your role? Don't you mind being the master thief? It doesn't sound like you're one of the good guys.
Maybe not. Until you factor in that I only steal from the enemy. I think that's enough to make me one of the good guys. Don't you?
That's just the plot of Robin Hood right there.
Oh! Fair point, fair point.
I was not expecting the musical choice for this. It's a pleasant surprise, actually. Yes, lovely.
Who else has visited the Veloria Mirage recently? There was someone from the academia who came not long ago. A Kasharawar scholar. Blonde hair. Architect, I think.
Kabe?
He was a huge help, and redesigned many of the buildings here. Although he was always grumbling to himself, he was extremely diligent in his work. What a kind person.
Probably grumbling again about Alhaitham.
I could tell that was a sensitive soul. A lot like me. Sorry. Please pretend you didn't hear that. I'm, of course, a very strong and resilient person. After him, an aristocrat from Mondstadt showed up, then Miss Sangonomiya. Unfortunately, everything here suddenly started changing before I had the chance to be a good host and show them around.
Do you know where the Mondstadt aristocrat is now?
If I remember correctly, he headed north after the incident. It's a pity we're having all these issues. If we could get everything working normally again, I could probably locate him in an instant. Still, not to worry. There's nothing dangerous here.
Hey, Idea! You got an update for us? We've all caught up with each other.
Very well. Then please allow me, Idea, your mascot, to explain exactly what's happened here.
Indeed.
Basically, this entire domain is powered by a device called the Central Hub, which you all saw earlier. But following a major incident, several key components from the Central Hub came loose and went flying. 4 components, I believe, which has caused the Central Hub to stop turning.
Oh, so that thing's supposed to spin?
This is. I'm getting images in my head of those videos of when wind turbines go wrong.
Yes, it definitely shouldn't be frozen still like it is now. At least, that's not how it was when I first got here. Oh, I've done such a terrible job of taking care of it. It's so embarrassing.
Hey, everything's gonna be okay. So, we need to fix the big wheel up there. And to do that, we need to find the missing parts.
Right. I do know where one of the parts is. It landed not too far away. But the rest all landed in different areas. I'm afraid you'll have to go and look for those. Now, as the caretaker and your mascot, I shall announce your respective adventure duties.
Okay.
You can just be yourself if you want. No need to force the whole role-playing thing.
Oh, I see. Swordmaster Eula and Healer Kale could investigate the northern zone, if that's okay?
Fine by me. I was going to be looking for my cousin there anyway.
I'll be your backup, Eula. I know you usually team up with Amber, so I'll try my best to fill her shoes.
Oh? Well, this'll be fun. Let's see if a forest ranger can outperform an outrider.
Master Thief Kaya and Mage Klee, if you could earmark some time in your busy schedules to search the West Zone.
Earmark? What does that mean?
It just means we mustn't forget to do it. Don't worry. We can handle that.
Finally, we have our General, Miss Sangonomiya, and our Knight, the Traveler. If there's no objections, please come with me to retrieve the first component. All right, well, if anyone finds anything, come back here and we'll regroup.
Cool.
Please take care while you're out on the road and look after each other, especially our little mage here.
You got it. I'll take extra special care of Kaya.
That's funny. Also, Idia, I don't think we're gonna have a problem with the little mage.
I'll be on my best behavior.
Okay, we'll leave it there for now. You two, please follow me. I remember seeing it just behind the central hub.
So, how come you didn't bring it back when you first saw it?
I'd have been more than happy to, if this one component was enough to fix the whole domain. But with 3 other components to find, I suddenly felt overwhelmed by how much work needed doing.
Paimon kinda gets that. Taking the first step is always the hardest part.
It sure is. Alright, I'm gonna be back in a minute, so... Yeah, I'll be back. Hold on. Maybe I shouldn't pause with the UID on this. It'll be fine. Alright. And we're back. Oh, a couple people have poked their heads in since then. Good grief. No concurrent viewers. I would check, frankly, to see... Oh, person in the chat there. I would check, honestly, more often to see whether or not something's actually happening via the chat or if there's actually someone watching, but I can't really do that because I don't have two monitors. If I did, that would be great, but I don't. Of course, part of me does kind of want to get one, though. The other problem I have is that the desk I have is just small, so I'm not even sure a second monitor would fit or where I would put it. It'd have to be like a weird setup thing where there's like a side table next to me somewhere with the monitor on it. But that's, you know, what is the possibility? what is the eventual solution there? If I had a second monitor, I would just be watching OBS and the other things, and also YouTube to, you know, see if anyone pokes their head in. It's nice to know that at least someone's seen this. There you go. Future things you can be like, hello, welcome to the stream, and all of the viewer is here to see what you're doing, to see what's going on at this point in time. Works out well.
Right here, right now, right here.
Let's hoping the audio balance is good as well. If it isn't, then all you're just going to hear is the sounds of combat and not me speaking. I actually went to school for audio and video
I'll
stuff
keep this
not that long
close.
ago, so I guess this is kind of just a hobby. Well, at the moment anyway. And I'm doing this kind of, you know, to keep skills going and to, you know, do something. I'm also currently looking for work at the moment, which, you know, is a process, takes time. But nothing happens quickly, so, you know, it's all well and good. That, and this is that, and I am enjoying this.
So, Paimon's been meaning to ask, what brought you here, Kokomi?
Oh, well, things have quieted down in Watatsumi Island for now. So I thought I'd take the chance to get out and see more of the world.
You've traveled a pretty long way. Why Sumeru?
I figured that I needed to venture further than usual to really broaden my horizons. Well, that's one reason anyway. I can explain in more detail another time.
Good for Kokomi. Getting out to see places is fun. That'd be nice someday, going all over the world. Supposed to sit in one place. North America's plenty good as a general place, but, you know, there's a lot more to the world than just that part of the world. Also other places like Europe, Australia. Excellent, which are all probably super interesting as well. Which is cool. The other thing I haven't figured out as well how to do is the whole you can put chat like in a corner next to... Actually, that would be great if I could figure out how to do that. But instead of having to constantly switch screens because I don't have two monitors, figure out a way to put the YouTube chat in like the bottom left of my screen whilst I'm doing stuff. That'd be cool. I don't know if Genshin allows that though.
Scatter!
Terminate! Window does it, or if there was like a setting for overlay.
Right now.
Yes, I would like to play the game. Thank you. Oh, and there goes all the loot. I have thousands of those, it's fine.
Is this an answer from this world?
See, I should definitely figure out how to do that for the future. Because then I would actually see when people would pop their head in to watch for a little bit. I really should do that because then when, you know, I was off at the washroom for a bit there, but if anyone does hop in, it's like, hey, I am here. And I did see
Okay,
you.
this is the spot. Now, I'm sure you're both wondering, but where's the component?
This person, we really are just...
There's nothing here. Oh, where could it be?
Oh look, it's another one of the wall puzzles.
Oh, it's that lamp thingy, right? Water Droplet showed us how that works already.
Yes, that's the one. There goes my big introduction. Showing people the ropes is supposed to be my job. Oh, I can't believe I'm being shown up by a Hydro-Eidolon.
Well, you're trying your best, and that's all that matters.
Cheer up, Itia.
The Hydro Eidolon can give a basic demonstration of how to use things, but beyond that, it can't communicate.
Yes, it only knows one word, gurgle. That's not very helpful when actively communicating with people.
That's where you come in. Your descriptions can explain everything in full, vivid detail. Paimon forgot how persuasive Kokomi can be when she really wants to. Sometimes having a genius strategist around really comes in handy.
It sure does. And that is called charisma.
Oh, well, if you put it that way. Well then, just pretend like you've never seen it before, and I'll tell you all about it. This is called the streaming projector. Everything here in the Valurium Mirage was made using this device. All you need to do is place an item in the projector, and you can construct a corresponding item based on the shape of the original and your imagination. At least, I think that's what it used to do. With the domain in its current state, only its most basic functions are still operable. Okay, not quite that basic. At the moment, it's only able to show two-dimensional objects. I call them preprints.
We can watch a silent film from 1910.
Think of it like a sort of draft or blueprint or something.
So you're saying the component fell into the preprints?
The component is now 2D.
Yes, exactly. I'll leave you to go in and physically retrieve it. Well, I'll be out here rooting for you by doing a motivational dance.
Really?
Strike a pose.
No, sorry. I feel like I have two left feet when I try to dance. I guess I'll just find a place nearby to sit and wait patiently for you.
Hey, come on! Cheer up! We'll handle everything from here!
Idea is a mood. Alright, we're doing this again, are we? Alright then. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay. No, I didn't mean to hit that. What? What? What is this music? I was kidding about the 1910 silent film thing earlier. Like, that was a joke. I wasn't being serious. I was joking. Like, hey, it's like, oh, we can show off a Charlie Chaplin film or something, but it's kind of unironically sounds like,
Doesn't look like the component is in here.
You don't say. Okay. So does it go up or... Oh, it does. I'm so clever. Carrots and radishes. That'll be good for brewing a stew later. This game is not like
Yes,
Breath of
that's
the
the
Wild.
one! Now you just need to bring it back out.
This game definitely doesn't have Breath of the Wild parallels. None at all. None. Definitely not.
What is this thing anyway? Some kind of gear?
I shouldn't say. I should not say that. It'll make someone mad. Yeah, it looks like the gears from the previous events. Some kind of interesting looking cog thing.
And why is it so small? It doesn't look like it belongs in that huge wheel.
It's hard to explain, but I assure you that it's definitely one of the components. So that leaves 3 more components missing.
Every journey begins with a first step. I think we're off to a good start, and things should keep going smoothly from here.
You really think so? I suppose you're right. She did manage to defeat Class A at the Onmyo Chamber, after all.
I have no idea what that means. Onmyo Chamber rings a bell, but Class A does not.
You don't need to keep bringing that up.
Yeah, there was kind of a whole war thing. It wasn't really pleasant for anybody.
Anyway, thank you for all your help. I'll take this and start trying to repair the central hub. You two may as well head back to town. Oh, why am I so clumsy? Once again, I was no help at all. The least I can do is try and handle the actual repairs.
If self-conscious was a person. Oh, never mind. Stand in front of crate. Alright, we're good. Blaze domain. Okay. Join the Silver Bottle Courtyard. I was gonna read that, but I guess not. Ooh. What are these things? Does this have a name? I don't know what those are called. They look like they would have a name. And if they have a name, then that would be great. No, if they have a name, that would be... Why do I say things? Why do I say anything? I'm just confused half the time, and it all comes out in a messed up jumble. I have to think. Thinking hurts. Anyway. Just gonna glide on over back to the courtyard. Yeah, based on the length of these parts, if it's anything like the other events, I probably am gonna make this a multiple-parter. Maybe take a break of some kind and come back for part 2 later. Not quite what I was trying to hit, but that works too. That's fine. Always reminded of Inazuma whenever I'm doing any sort of traveling scenario on those things.
I'll keep
I'm always
this
reminded
close.
of Inazuma because of the Electrograna, which you bounce off of. Same thing, pretty much, right? Just that I think the Sumeru one's a little bit slower. You can like just spam the T button with the Electrograna. At least I think that's what the Electrograna is called. Alright.
What's wrong, Kokomi?
I'm just a little confused. You mentioned that the water droplet showed you how to use the projector?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that? I'm so curious to know what happened.
Oh, sure!
I see.
Hey, look!
Oh, that ain't
the wheel
good.
is spinning now!
Well, it tried anyway.
Oh, and now it's stopped again! Well, that didn't last long.
It also wasn't spinning at the right speed. Before the incident, it spun much faster than that.
Oh, so you saw it back when it was still working?
Yes, I arrived here a little earlier than the rest of you. But the incident took place not long after I entered. Like Idia said, it felt like the world was flipped upside down. I don't know how else to describe it. And I certainly don't want to experience it again.
Gravity reversal.
No, it's
Maybe, I
no
don't know.
use. Seems it won't run until all the missing components are returned.
Yeah, usually you want to fully repair something beforehand. So it's a good idea.
For a moment there, when it started turning, I got excited. I thought that maybe the hub can work just fine without the other 3.
Wishful thinking is only going to lead to disappointment, Idia. Let's stick to the plan. We'll...
Hey! Mr.
Oop, got it.
Honorary Knight and Miss General are here. Oh, and our mascot! You beat us! I was sure we were gonna be the first ones back.
Hey, how'd it go?
Giving me 2 role-playing lines here. Alright, we'll go with the top one.
Impressive. I doubt you'd find many other knights of such caliber even among the Knights of Favonius.
How about our master thief and mage? Did you find anything?
You bet! We made a huge discovery! The place we were trying to get to was blocked off. We couldn't see anything past it, and there was no way around. But then, just now, a huge canyon appeared out of nowhere, so we hurried back here.
It appeared just now?
So the spinning thing made a hole in the ground?
Come and see, Mr. Honorary Knight. Let's go on a canyon adventure.
To the canyon. I'm not
I'll
reading
sit
those.
this one out. I'm beat after trying to make those repairs. I need to take a break.
Miss General, you should come too. You can hide behind me and give me smart advice while I protect you.
Wonderful. It would be an honor to serve as advisor for our young mage.
Advisor is the thing she does best.
Let's go!
Hold on a minute. Are we just gonna... Oh boy. Yeah, we should definitely catch up. Wait, dang it! I kind of want to read that because it looks like it'd be interesting to read, but I guess I can wait. What is it? Zip along according to safeguard operating procedures. I'm getting something of an amusement park vibe from where we are right now. Just a little bit. Ooh, another waypoint. Every single one of the events they've done that has Alice in them always had these. They've always got this very. I cannot speak today. They've always got this very storybook kind of feel to them, which that's nice.
Here it is! Here it is! See? This canyon wasn't here before!
We broke the domain.
Just before the canyon appeared, I heard a faint sound, like something mechanical turning.
That would be the wheel.
Ka-chuck, ka-chuck, ka-chuck. Could it have been the central hub? That would mean this canyon appeared after it started spinning.
Hey, you, oh. New guys, huh?
Who is this?
Oh, hey! Paimon didn't realize anyone else besides Adia lived here.
You actually saw her? She's barely shown her face since everything started falling apart here.
Excuse me for asking, but who are you?
Oh, right. I didn't introduce myself. I'm Ferdinand. Me and my brothers look after this whole zone. Well, we used to, until this whole domain was, like, flipped upside down, or whatever. The method we were using to make the carts and tracks stopped working after that.
Idia is working on repairing the domain. We were just with her before coming here.
Really? Huh. I assume that she'd be curled up in a fetal position somewhere, hoping all her problems will magically disappear on their own. Good for her.
Ferdinand, huh?
Anyway, I checked all the stations around the whole circuit. They've all conked out.
Conked out? How? Would you mind elaborating a little for us?
Missing a comma there, but that's fine.
But aren't you just travelers who stumbled upon this place by accident?
Nuh-uh! I'm Mage Klee, Idia's helper.
A mage? You?
Allow me to explain.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, right now the more helpers we got, the better, I guess.
Where did Klee just go?
Anyway, our first priority is to get the carts here up and running again.
Oh? And why is that?
The roads here twist and turn so much that the best way to get around is by riding the rail tracks instead. Let me show you. This is what we used to make them. Did Adia bring you up to speed on these things? Yep. Basically, we need something that we can put inside that'll make a cart for us.
Like what? Can it be anything as long as it looks like a cart?
Could it be a crate?
Yeah, you could put it that way. But one other thing is that it has to be compatible with the tracks.
So, something like a sedan chair, maybe? But I'm not sure we have all the materials required to build one of those.
Oh, so it's like one of those very small single chair rail rides where you've got the brake that controls
How
it.
about you, Traveler? Any ideas?
I mean, that was my. I mean, I
That would
just said
solve
that.
the issue of materials.
Wood's no good. A rickety wooden cart would be too dangerous.
And yet they've built. And yet I can think of a number of wooden roller coasters that have been built.
Really? Hey everyone,
Well,
come and see
one
what
anyway.
Klee made.
Ta-da! Look! I made a cart!
Literally how? What? We were thinking about this for 2 minutes. Just got a full-on perfect sculpted wooden ship out here.
Wow! Amazing work, Klee!
Whoa! It fits the track like a glove, too. Plus, it's a heck of a lot cuter than the ones Adia made.
I just wanted to give it a try, and suddenly, boom! There it was!
Paimon's gotta ask, what exactly did you make your cart from, Klee?
I used Jumpy Dumpty.
What?
Aha! Thought so.
Is there a problem or something? If not, then let's get ready to leave.
It's just... this cart is made from,
Magic stuff.
It's a bomb or something, isn't it? Yeah, I
right.
gathered from your conversation that Jumpy Dumpty is a little more volatile than the cute name suggests. It's okay, though, because the end product only takes on the general look of the source material. So to be more specific, while different materials have different properties, most of them aren't transferred to,
It's okay! No need to delve into the theoretical stuff.
Klee really just turned her bomb into a cart.
Paimon just wanted to make sure we aren't about to end up like the, flying fish of Starfell Lake.
Huh?
Can we ride the cart now?
Kokomi has no idea. Once again, Klee is not allowed to visit Watatsumi Island.
in a moment. We need a hydroidolin to power it up first.
I'm just gonna watch. You'd just be sitting on one of the islands in Inazuma. You'd look toward Watatsumi, and then there'd just be a mushroom cloud just rising over the horizon.
Okay, she's ready to roll.
Oh dear.
Hop in.
Yeah. No. They called it the choo-choo cart. Okay. The cart platforms of the choo-choo cart are split into locked and unlocked states. You can only summon choo-choo carts at unlocked platforms. Okay. The first time it is in operation, reaches a locked cart platform. That cart platform will be unlocked. When the choo-choo cart passes by already activated cart platforms, it will not stop and will continue forward. Onward. Same thing. Okay. That's another thing. Hold on. Must collect loot. I'll have a chance to do this in the off time as well, I guess. Probably focus more on finishing part 1. Yeah, I waited. I did see this when they added it in, and it was something like, what was it, like 41 days was the original count or something like that? And I've been, you know, life's been happening in the meantime, so I haven't really touched this event until now. Whoa! It moves automatically. Yep, okay, no control speed at all. Yep, it's like one of those really dodgy railway
Whoa!
rides.
This cart is fast! Chugga 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 choo! Woo woo!
Yeah! I'm gonna call it the choo-choo cart!
Whoa.
The track is damaged up ahead. We need to make some repairs before we can go any further. Yep, looks like it's all reverted to a preprint state here.
Do you know why that happened?
Everything in this domain starts as a preprint and only takes shape after being illuminated by the streaming projector. But the hydroidolin that forms the tracks here has been trapped in the print.
So someone needs to go into the preprint and rescue the hydroidolin, right?
Where's the print? Alright, where's the projector?
But the projector here is sealed off by a giant bubble!
Then it looks like we're gonna have to find the hydro thing that he just mentioned. Adolin? Adolin. Idolin?
That's the hydroidolin's way of
Idolin,
protecting the device
alright.
from damage. If the streaming projector broke, then we'd be seriously stuck.
Aha! So for step 1, we need water droplet to help!
Or we need to find one. Oh,
Aw,
right
it
here.
seems to really like that name!
I think it's just our unlocking spell at this point.
Any volunteers for step 2?
I'll do it.
Leave that to us! We know what to do!
This one's gonna be slightly different. Alright, what do we got? Okay. So this. Oh, okay. I don't know why I'm expecting these to be a lot more complicated than they are.
Ah, so the hydroidolin was locked up in that chest.
the carnival music. I was kidding about the amusement park thing.
Empty.
We're even taking on like an amusement park theme here. There's like fair ride music as
Two
well.
water droplets now.
Hooray. Most unenthusiastic hooray ever. Just hooray. This is a good thing. Hooray!
Whoa.
There you go. A little bit more
Water
energy.
droplet just transformed into some new tracks.
If anybody does
Good.
end up seeing
Let's keep
this,
going
you
then.
don't want them to be like, oh, listen to how droll he is. No emotion in his voice speaking. That doesn't differentiate you. People like it when you put some energy into something. Anyway, the cart requires the power of a Hydroidolin to operate. When a Hydroidolin decorporealizes and enters the choo-choo cart, its windows will light up. At this time, you'll be able to keep going. When the Eidolon departs the cart, its windows will dull and you'll no longer be able to ride the cart. Okay. Anything else around here? Again, I should really focus on just finishing the story thing and then come back to this later. Part 2! Spaces to exit. Oh, that's what that's for. They made a mini game. That's fun. What a neat little idea. Some mud balls everywhere. Okay.
Hey, Ferdinand! You mentioned that you managed this place together with your brothers. Did you mean that your brothers are water droplets?
No. The Hydroidolins are like helpers here. As for my brothers, well... those two. You'll meet them soon enough.
Yay. Did it. I got all the balloons as well. Nice. Running ahead. Okay.
I'll keep this close.
Where's that? Oh, it's on top of the cliff. Get it later. Alright. Forwards. Change direction. Oh, okay. So you can physically change which way it goes. Also a faster travel way around the place. That's excellent. Whoa! Didn't realize you could do that. Oh, dear God. Oh, I was gonna say, I was wondering what we were gonna do.
Look! Klee can fly just like Paimon
I
now!
was wondering whether or not we were gonna do a POV
This
of
is
that.
way more exciting than how Paimon usually flies.
Fantastic. Side the track. Alright, this is cool. Oop, that'll be for later. I missed it. Oh well. Get it some other time.
Seems we've just about finished repairing the station and the connecting tracks. Let's go check the track switcher now. It's over there.
Over where? Oh, down there. I see. Where's this go? Oh, in the direction I'm headed. Excellent. I love things that are en route. Oh boy. Oh boy, I've goofed this up. No, I missed. Oh, I see it. Okay. 52 seconds. Can I? Can. Wait a second. Oh, hey, someone's here. Hello. Don't mind me, just trying not to screw this challenge up. There we go. But be very careful as to not
I'll keep
miss
this
one.
close.
Miss one would be bad. There's another waypoint here. Did I pass one? I think I may have passed one earlier. Alright.
spinny thing here. It's so big! But, not as big as the one we saw in the middle of this place. That one was huge. I bet it's something super important. I remember what Kaya said earlier.
I've seen one of those before.
Very good, Klee! You're using what you saw earlier to make observations, like a real adventurer!
It appears to be a system that rotates to switch tracks.
That's right. Originally, all you had to do was flip this switch and the junction would rotate. But it seems Jeremy still hasn't fixed it yet. He sure talks big, but when it comes to actually getting things done...
Is this Jeremy you mentioned one of your brothers?
Yeah. When I talked to him about repairing the tracks, I suggested we start with the station, but he said we should start at the junction. Really, it made no difference which one we started with, but he just had to turn it into a huge argument. He always treats me like I'm a fool and disagrees with anything I say.
That's a sibling for you.
Let's see what he has to say now that I've already fixed the tracks.
If you ask me, you're clearly a sharp person, Ferdinand.
Yes, finally someone who can recognize that, rather than just shrugging off my ideas. Come on, let's make our way to the junction and see what he's up to. I bet he's still fretting over what to do.
Welcome to Genshin. Oh, and there's another one. Right. Perspective.
Sometimes I can't help but get angry just thinking of Jeremy. You should have seen him back in the sandstorm. I suggested we go east, and he argued that we should go west.
You were in a sandstorm? What happened after that?
We separated and each went our own way.
Is it automatic?
Lucky
I think
for
it
us,
automatically
we
sends me
stumbled
back
across this domain.
when we get to the end of
Otherwise, I'm
this.
sure we would have been buried in the sand.
Because I know you're timed to get over to it, but I wonder if it auto sends me back.
Everything will get better once
And
we get
there
the
they go.
switcher working again.
Somebody was here for a second. That's cool.
Still stuck here just as I expected. Well, did you make any progress?
Didn't I already tell you? Just have the Hydroidolans fix the junction and then make a new cart. After that, we can use the junction to... Wait a minute, how did you get here? It took a lot of effort for me to climb all the way up here.
We used the cart.
The answer is standing right in front of you.
Yeah, sure. Those travelers must have helped you. You never get anything done on your own. You always get someone else's help and then try to take the credit for yourself.
You're one to talk. What have you managed to accomplish, huh? You were here just moping around all day.
Whoa. They started arguing the moment they saw each other. But aren't they supposed to be brothers?
Brothers do that.
Me? His brother? Hardly.
All right, Jeremy. That's enough.
Fine. I'd rather be focusing my efforts on fixing the track switch rather than arguing anyway.
You should calm down too, Ferdinand. Let's all focus on the situation at hand. Any personal problems can be settled later.
Fine.
Righto.
I'm sorry you had to see that. My name's Jeremy. I'm one of the people responsible for taking care of this area. I assume you're the ones who helped repair the tracks. Thank you very much. It means a lot.
No need to thank us. We're just trying to help Edea restore the domain.
I see. Now that you and Ferdinand brought the cart up here, we'll need the Hydroidolans to fix the area below.
Them again, huh? Seems the Hydroidolans are really important around this place.
Yes, of course. Not only do they keep the junction turning, they operate practically everything else in the domain too.
Water. Look at that. We've gone. It's a water park now.
All right. Seems most of the tracks and junctions have been repaired now.
Yep. So maybe it's time you give credit where credit is due,
What? You think you deserve the credit? If anything, we should be thanking these travelers.
You? Well, either way, you're not the one getting any credit. You're always quick to criticize my ideas and push your own, but you never actually get anything done.
And what about you? Don't forget it was Hado and I who took care of the mess that one time you impulsively tried one of your brilliant ideas. Speaking of Hado, wasn't he with you?
I left early this morning. I assumed he'd be with you.
Seriously? Couldn't you have at least looked to see where he was before you left?
Hey, come on! You didn't see him either, so what's your excuse?
Klee?
I don't get it. Nobody did anything bad. Why are they arguing?
They're siblings.
I just don't like his smug attitude, that's all.
Who are you calling smug? If anything, you're the one who's making such a big fuss right now.
All right, I think we've heard enough from you two. If you insist on bickering, then I'd suggest you go somewhere else. Otherwise, I'll just cool you two off myself.
Fine.
Hearing that from Kaya feels a certain type of way.
Now, come with me. I'd like to have a word with you.
Phew. Don't be upset, Klee. There are many complicated situations in this world which don't always have a logical explanation. As a passing traveler here, it's not my place to comment on their disputes. But in my experience, family issues can be the toughest to resolve.
Seems you don't like dealing with this kind of thing either, Kokomi.
But it's still not right. I don't know how to explain my feelings.
I'm sorry. We've calmed down. We shouldn't argue in front of a child like that.
We're sorry, Klee.
It's okay.
Back to the topic at hand. Weren't you about to go look for your brother Hado?
Ah, right. Our best guess is he's somewhere around the torrential twister. We would have to use the junction to send the cart to another area.
Sorry to trouble you again, but would you help us find him?
Oh, all right.
Hey, come on, you two. You're brothers after all. Can't you try to get along?
Better. Yeah, I keep getting... Dang it, freaking things everywhere. Alright, we'll go down the track again. Ooh, chance to test my theory. Hold on. Yes, it does. That would make a lot of sense. It's nice that they made something so non-complicated here. Rotate the track blossom on the screen to change the track the cart is traveling on. The color of the flower beneath the larger track wreath shows the destination of your present track. Use the wooden board to check the destination. Cart is traveling. You can open up the map to check the distribution of the cart tracks into the garage. Okay. Right, so we want the yellow track, because that's going where we want it to.
Okay, this is the end of this track segment. Otto should be nearby.
This one now. That way. Alright. Another one. A neat little on-track set thing they got. Ooh, and variety. That's no good. peek. Chest. Ooh, big chest.
A reward on the road.
Yay. Lots of goodies. Also Hado.
Ah, I guess you had repaired the tracks and stations as soon as I saw a cart come zipping along. Now that the tracks, station, and carts are all repaired, we're about ready to reopen Torrential Twister. It'll be good to see my design back in action again.
You're in no condition to be out running around like this, Hado.
Yeah, but these are unusual circumstances.
That's true, but you should stop to think things through.
Exactly. If there's anything that needs to be done, you can just let Ferdinand and I take care of it.
You and Ferdinand? Together? It would be a miracle for you two to do anything together without fighting.
Hey, that's between Jeremy and me. No need to add fuel to the fire, okay?
I'm not trying to make trouble. I'm just saying.
Hey, Ferdinand?
Oh, don't worry. We're not arguing, Klee. We're just, discussing some things.
Aggressively.
Are you and Jeremy worried about Hado?
Hmm?
Why don't you just talk to him about it? Kaya's also worried about me sometimes, but he doesn't ever criticize me.
You're right. But our relationship is much better than these guys.
Well, our situation is a little different.
Really? How so?
We've been through this kind of thing before. If we didn't warn Hado, then he wouldn't take it seriously and something would eventually happen. As his brothers, we have to help him.
But it doesn't look like you're helping.
Huh?
Maybe Klee doesn't understand everything. But my mommy told me that you help someone to make them feel happy, not to make yourself happy. Hado sure doesn't look very happy. Why don't you ask him what he needs?
Klee's right, you know. You three need to open up and talk things through. You are brothers after all.
I've always cared a lot about you, Hado. Just like when we were back in the desert. You suddenly passed out and Jeremy and I started arguing. Eventually, all three of us ended up in this domain.
Jeremy. I just realized, like, you could have said Jeremy, but you didn't. You just decided, yeah, we're just going to throw an O and an N in there. You know what? Creative liberties. Moving on.
I'm just worried that something similar could happen again. If you were to pass out and with nobody around to help you...
I know, but this domain is nowhere near as dangerous as the desert.
I don't know about that.
I was thinking that if I could handle these problems myself, then you two wouldn't have to argue about anything. If it weren't for my poor health and lack of energy all the time, then I wouldn't have always been such a burden on you two.
No need to feel guilty, Hado. This was our choice. The three of us love adventuring. No one is a burden on anyone. Isn't that why we came up with the idea for this area? I would do the thinking, Ferdinand would use his muscle, and you would...
Draw the blueprints and build tracks. It'll be a safe way to see all kinds of amazing scenery. Yes, that was the plan.
See? Doesn't it feel better just to get along?
Hey, what are you trying to say? You make it sound like I've only been trying to talk myself up.
You kind of have a little bit.
The choo-choo cart is great, Ferdinand.
Really?
You know, Klee, having the car zip along the tracks was my idea.
Got along for about 5 seconds.
Yeah, what an amazing idea. You're so smart.
Oh, no, never mind.
Hey,
we're good.
Klee, do you want to ride even more fun carts?
Yay! Let's ride more!
Looks like all three of them are trying to win Klee's approval now.
Klee hasn't realized it yet, but her innocent, childlike nature is very powerful. It can inspire and even help heal others.
Maybe Klee should have been the healer.
Hey everyone, please come with me. We need to get the hydroidolin in the cart to help us.
Alright. Wherever the hide... Oh, we're just riding the cart along again. Okay. What the? Well, that'll be for later. All right, we're going along this way again. Oh, Lord. Nobody actually says that. Why did I say that? Anyway. I don't know why I'm bouncing. I guess it's instinctual at this point. I do not need them more. Waterfall. Okay, so we...
Good. Torrential Twister is ready to run now. Let's go to the station at the start of the trek.
We're going back around again, I guess. Whoa. Oh, crap. I forgot. You have to... I forgot it keeps going. Well, this is awkward. Okay. Good note for future. It did mention that it keeps going if it was connected. So watch out for that. Again, the music.
Hato and I have double-checked everything. It's all operating safely. You can go for a ride now.
Hold on a sec. Before we say goodbye, I have something I'd like to give you all.
Oh?
It's a rock climbing rope. We used it on our adventures to climb mountains and traverse many places.
Rope.
Huh? But doesn't it mean a lot to you? Are you sure you want to give it to us?
Yes, of course. Please take it. Thanks to Klee and everyone else's help, we realized that there's a special bond that keeps us together. Even though it's invisible, it's even more important than rope. We can always hold on to it through tough situations.
Maybe the real rope were the friends that you guys made along the way. That was dumb.
Huh? I helped?
Yes, Klee. You were a big help.
Even bigger than that huge thing in the middle of this place?
Yes, much bigger.
Wow, that's huge! I'm so happy.
By the way, have you ever seen anything like the choo-choo cart in the outside world?
Well, I mean, there's the Wave Rider, but that thing's kind of on water.
Nope. Today was the first time I rode anything like it.
Is that so? I guess I'm not surprised. Seems you won't find Torrential Twister anywhere else.
What? Hoyoverse. You've had him say one thing, and you've had the subtitles say a different thing. I mean, I guess somebody was just like, you think they'll notice? Ah, it'll be fine. Just throw it in there. No one will notice.
Be sure to come back and ride the choo-choo carts again while you still have the chance.
Yep, I will.
Yeah, I mean, this is only going to be around for a week, so yes, definitely. Mountaineering rope.
Thanks again. I have a feeling we'll get along much better now that we've learned to open up to each other. I suppose some things are simpler than they appear. The real problem all along was actually us.
Hey, imagine if we could build our tracks all over the world. Traveling would be so much easier.
Be sure to come back and visit Torrential Twister again. I hope you enjoyed it.
And based on what I saw, ahead, there's a very steep drop down a waterfall. Please keep your hands, arms, and feet inside the cart at all times. Thank you very much, and enjoy the ride. Oh boy, 100 of these things. Whoa!
Oh, this is even higher than I expected. The drops are pretty steep too.
Are you okay, Kokomi? If you're scared,
That's
just yell
very
and let it
unrealistic.
out. We won't tell anyone. What happens in the bottle domain stays in the bottle domain.
Rule number 1 about Fight Club. Do not talk about Fight Club. Okay.
Looks like Klee's having the most fun.
It's an amusement park ride. It's also not that crazy. I don't know. This is one of those times where I'm reminded of how much fun you can have when you actively don't worry about, what genre a game is from, and you just enjoy the game for what it is. And this is very much the case here. Big chest!
I'll keep this close.
Is it close? I'll go get it if it's close. Is it close by? I'll get it later. We're like 2 hours in already.
That's so much fun! Klee can fly across the sky like a real mage now.
Guess that sort of makes sense.
I mean, it's technically flying.
Wait, but if
Except
being able to
not
fly
really.
makes you a mage, what does that make Kaya, since he's here too?
A pirate. Didn't you see the eye patch?
Nothing! Kaya's just a master thief. Don't you remember, Paimon?
Oh, right. Guess it slipped Paimon's mind.
Sorry to bother our young mage, but there's something a master thief would like to report. Do you still remember our mission?
Uh-oh. I was having so much fun that I almost forgot.
It's alright, Klee.
We're supposed to be helping Adia look for the missing components. But don't worry, I've already got one.
When did he? Well, Master Thief.
You mean you snatched it when we weren't looking?
I didn't have to go that far. In fact, the component we were searching for was actually that orange rope. If anything, you could say it came right into our hands at the right time. Let's head back and give it to Adia.
Aw, do we really have to go? Okay. Even though I want to keep playing, I know Adia is really important.
That's our wise mage. Don't worry. Tonight, you'll be able to see stars in the water and watch fish dance in the sky.
Don't mention fish.
Seems Kokomi's out of it after that ride. Her face is completely blank and her lip was trembling while she was speaking. Maybe we should have a rest for a while.
In fairness, I don't think anyone in Teyvat has ever ridden a roller coaster before. Well, I mean, I'll keep that reserved until we get to Fontaine, which is, like, apparently the tech hub in this world.
I thought I was keeping my composure pretty well.
It's the most dead... It's the most just completely dead-eyed.
Don't worry, my mind is always spinning. I'm used to this. We should head back to Idia.
How about we hold
I think
hands, Miss General? Klee will give you energy.
I think we broke Kokomi.
After holding Klee's hand,
Look at the blank stare.
stars in the sky and the fish in the water have all disappeared.
I must have been seeing things from riding the cart.
Oh, seeing.
What
oh,
are you
literally
smiling
seeing
about,
stars.
Kokomi? Oh. Nothing. Nothing at all.
We call that nausea. Anyway. Return to the silver bottle courtyard. Okay, where was... all the way over there. Go back the other way, I guess? Side repairs over here. You know what? One quick thing, and I'll be back on track. Hold on. Again, these story quests take forever. I'm also not exactly sure how keen you would be to just watch me walk. Well, again, I talk like people are going to see this. I'm not super keen. I'm not really sure how people are going to be, you know. So I'm not really, again, talking as though someone's going to see this. You know what? Someone has already. I don't know why I'm talking like that. No, never mind this pattern to this one. Alright, figure that out later. I just don't know how interested the singular viewer who popped his head in a while ago would be to, you know, watch me just walk around and collect stuff. It's not the most engaging thing in the world. That, and I also don't really initiate conversation very good. So, I don't really know what to talk about. Which doesn't help with, you know, being entertaining or, you know, being engaging. I mean, I could just ramble on like I have been doing for the past 2 hours now? Yeah, about that. But, you know. No sense in that. I also don't know anything about this domain apart from what I've seen so far with the story. So now that I think about it, we haven't really had Kokomi in an event in a while. I mean, Eula as well, but we also haven't had Eula in a while. So that's always fun. It's always good to have her. I had a friend, by the way, who literally waited like a year and a half just doing nothing but saving wishes for Eula to come around. Because Eula has not been in the game for like... how many banners was it? Like 12 or something? Yeah, like 12... like 12 different banners and Eula hadn't been on, and then Eula finally came around. And of course, by that point, he'd saved up like 90 some odd wishes. Plus an additional like 50 or 60 wishes in Primo Gems. Good news though is that he ended up getting Eula, which is great news for him. Last banner what was the last banner I pulled on? I'm trying to remember. Let me... Oh, that's the wrong button. I'm looking for the Primo Gem button instead. Let me jog my memory here. The events. I would like... part of me kind of wants to pull in the Wanderer banner, because I passed him up the first time. Oh, yeah! Yeah, I remember now. It was when Kazuha was around recently. Funny story, actually. I wasn't pulling for Kazuha. He kind of just appeared because I was at 50-ish wishes,
an answer from this world?
And for those who haven't played this game, if you've played this game, you'll know this, but if you haven't played this game before, usually 5 stars tend to come out after...
Dear me, emerge! Right now, right here.
Love me some Hyper Boom. But anyway, as I was saying, for those who haven't played this game before, which, I mean, if you're actually sticking around to watch more than 5 minutes, you're probably going to know that the way this works is 5 stars have obviously a certain rarity for drop, and usually you get into the realms of a 5-star around the 70 to 80 wishes mark, somewhere around there usually. So what happened was I had like not that many primos, so I just decided I'll throw a single wish at the Kazuha banner. You know, why not? It'll be funny. I'm on 50 wishes. I'm probably not going to get anything. And, yeah, so I threw 50 wishes. So I threw my random 50th foot, and he just appeared. I didn't ask for him. 50 wishes. I'm not complaining. It is Kazuha. 50 wishes, and then just one random single pull, and I've ended up with one of the best supports in the game, I think. So, I mean, if you ever think your luck's bad, you know, I mean, sometimes amazing stuff like this happens. I've been supremely unlucky with this game before, unlucky as well. Yeah, well, that's, you know, so that was cool. As for up-and-coming banners, I don't really know too much about who's coming up. I know there's going to be the twins, whose names I'm forgetting at the moment, and then Charlotte's probably also going to be a part of that batch. And the Hydro Archon might come up sometime after that. Again, I don't know the actual banner lineups, but I haven't really been super interested in anything that I've seen or heard about from any of the future characters. Apart from maybe the Harbinger, whose name I'm also going Archelino, is that her name? Or Archelino? And that's purely design-wise. Like, there's a really cool... They hit a really good, interesting design palette with it. It's also going to be the interesting factor of she's going to end up being... Where is my point of access here? Green. Okay, so I want the green track. Sorry, not green, the aquamarine track. My bad. So, yeah, I mean, that'll be interesting. Whenever she comes around, to see what her abilities and things are all about. And also her role in the story, because so far we've had... Signora was the first one. Then it was Tartaglia. Then we came back around for Signora. I hadn't been playing around long enough to get introduced to Scaramouche the first time. So, Scaramouche. So, yeah, if you played the game before the 2.0 things, I think it was what update was that? 1.4, somewhere around there. Anyway, so I hadn't played long enough to meet Scaramouche the first time he actually shows up in the game. So my first introduction to him was in Inazuma in the story. Then we got back around to beating Signora, and then we got to Sumeru, and then we took care of Scaramouche, and then after that we also got introduced to the Doctor, Torre, and then now we're on to Archelino. I need to figure out how to pronounce that. How do I unlock multiplayer? You unlock multiplayer by reaching a certain AR, I believe. I don't know exactly what the number is. Oh crap, I accidentally disconnected the track. This is what happens when you have one monitor. You hit Alt-Tab to check the stream thing, and unfortunately you've hit space in the process and you go flying out. It's okay, I'll just walk the rest of the way there. Sorry about being distracted. It's a certain level of AR. I think it's around 20. I'm not sure about the exact number, though. I mean, if that answers your question. Yeah. Just doing the current event, which is, I think it's Secret Summer Paradise. There was one before this, which was, I believe it was, I forget what it was called, but it was a similar thing to this, where they had another separate map that was only available for the event. I mean, when this stream ends, you can go back. There's a bit where they actually mention it a little bit earlier on, and I think I made a comment on that as well, like when they mentioned that in the dialogue. But yeah. Ooh. Hydro duck. What an interesting place this is. There's a Dia. Glide.
Welcome back! Well, any good news? Oh, don't tell me! You've taken care of all the problems and now I don't have to do anything?
Yeah, we even rode the choo-choo cart. Do you want to come ride too? But maybe you'll have to wait till tomorrow. I'm a little tired now.
Seems she had a little too much fun and now she's about to crash. I think it's time for a rest.
And we're back to being alone. That's okay. I mean, again, hey, people have seen this. We haven't even finished. We're already on 11 views.
I think we
This
could
is
all
great.
use some downtime.
That's 10.
Thanks for
Actually,
giving
no,
me
that's
some
more than
energy,
10.
Klee.
We're one more than 10. 12 now. I just looked.
Then we'll see you later.
Should stop alt-tabbing. Again, probably gonna have to figure out how to put the actual chat, like, in, like, I don't know, the bottom left of the screen, because nothing really happens in the
Bye,
bottom
Mr.
left of the screen.
Honorary Knight. Bye, everyone.
Well, it sounds like our young mage enjoyed herself. I'm so happy that she had a good time. So, back to the missing component. Did you bring it?
You bet! Kaya said that the missing component was this orange climbing rope.
Ah, it just occurred to me that you probably ran into the three brothers while you were in the canyon. If I remember correctly, the two eldest brothers were taking their sickly younger brother on adventures when they ran into a sandstorm and ended up here. They were all arguing with one another when they first arrived, but it wasn't long before they broke down and were huddled together in tears. They sure must have a lot of energy to keep up their bickering and adventuring every day. I'm a little worried about them, yet quite envious of all that energy.
I imagine you would be, Adia.
You almost sound as if you're reminiscing about old friends, Idia.
Yes, I've known them for quite some time after all. But I seldom go to that area. You can hold on to the rope for now, Traveler. I have no use for it until we have the other components. By the way, Eula and Kale have also returned, but I'm afraid they weren't able to make much headway. They mentioned that they would like to head to the jungle north of here, once you have all rested up. Now that I've told you everything, I'll go rest. I'll go and check on the situation in the remaining two areas.
Do you need me to accompany you?
Oh, no, it's all right. You've already accomplished a lot today. You should rest up.
Oh, hey, part 1. Cool. To the following morning, so that would be part 2. Alright, where are we going here? 2 hours 25? Yeah, it's probably a good place to hold it in for here. Alright, I mean, there were 2 people that were here. They're not still here. For anybody who bothered to click on this, if you, for whatever reason, went looking for the newest videos related to this topic, thanks, I guess. You know, giving my best shot at this. And, yeah. I think... I'm not sure if I'll do another one of these today. I might, but I might try to figure out how to do, like, some overlay stuff with the bottom left so that you can actually figure out, or more rather, so I don't have to keep alt-tabbing, so I can see, like, if, you know, someone's here, or if someone pokes their head in, or something to ask. That sort of thing. Yeah. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Alright, later.